Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and welcome back to a writing vlog. I haven't made a writing vlog in over a month, so hold on, let's just quickly address some very obvious things. I am incredibly tan and I have a sunglasses tan. I don't know if you can see it, but it's so bad in real life. I just put some concealer on. Yeah, and as you can tell from my voice, yeah, I got COVID last week. Your girl can't catch a break. I was supposed to meet up with Lynn, who is also an authortuber here, and that just did not happen because I was dead, D-E-D and B-E-D for so long. Anyway, we are at this incredible Airbnb. I'll link it down below, actually, if you guys want to check it out. We're in Alpine. It's about a 30 to 45 minute drive from San Diego, which we will be going tomorrow. So anyway, those are some life updates. So let's quickly talk about writing. So since the last time we spoke, I was talking about Mia. Mia is the book or the project I started in November of last year. It is my YA fantasy. And I had actually about 32,000 words in the draft before or when November finished. So I did a read-through of it. I completed it, actually. It didn't take very long because it is quite short. While I was doing the read-through, I did create kind of like a revisions checklist. I talked about this in my writing update. It included a summary of each chapter, what I liked about each chapter, what I didn't like, what can be improved, what's missing. But as I was doing my read-through, I realized that I was not at the stage where I was able or I am able to say like what's wrong and what's missing, because I actually don't know or I didn't know. So what I did actually was I just summarized each chapter. So where we are now is that I am actually planning on rewriting the whole book. So I'm gonna give myself from June to the end of October to finish Mia, the first draft. I mean, it's kind of like me editing the first 32,000 words and then continuing on and finishing the draft. I am rewriting the whole book over because for some reason I feel like I discovery drafted the beginning of the story even though I had an outline. I don't know, I feel like NaNoWRIMO really screwed up a lot of things for me in terms of writing, but also YouTube. Yeah, we'll maybe talk about that later. Like, the whole book seems very rushed. Where I ended in the draft is actually where things are picking up, so I'm very excited to explore like that part of the story, but the beginning needs to be brushed up way more. I didn't really know what's going on. I think by rewriting the beginning and establishing that kind of like boundary or establishing, if I understand the beginning of the story and set the tone and everything, I think I will be better at writing it. Because what I'm noticing also is that my character is quite boring, and my character cannot be boring. Everyone will root for him, will want to root for him. I want to root for him. While I was doing the read-through, I was like, this guy is so boring. There are also a few prosy things I noticed. The first is that I did a lot of telling. I guess it was because, like, I don't know, this draft just feels rough. Like, it feels worse than June, and I think it's because I was rushing for NaNoWRIMO and I was trying to make all these videos. Anyway, so yeah, the character just feels bland, lots of telling, and the third is that I'm writing this book in third person present tense. And I'm actually doing this because I was really inspired from reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I thought that'd be a very interesting perspective to write. And because this book is like very I want to say magical, but I don't think that's the right word, magical or whimsical, I want to evoke that tone. And I've never read a book other than Invisible Life in that tense, so I just want to explore it. I'm not used to doing third person present tense, and Euphoria is all third person past tense, so I found myself like changing to past tense in the draft during the read through. I was like, oh, okay, no. Wow, this is a long ass update. I feel like I'm talking too much, so let's just cut to the chase. I started rewriting the book literally today. I wanted to film earlier today, but the lighting was all messed up. I looked horrible in the full blast with my ungodly tans. So I'm gonna try to write outside. So far I am writing the prologue, and this fantasy is actually a little bit different from June. With June, like, you know, when you think of fantasy, you think of like old settings, like older settings, maybe a bit of history. I didn't have that in June with that fantasy world, but with this fantasy world, there is a lot of that. And I'm just realizing now that, can you even hear me through all the wind? Okay, I might move inside. Okay, I just moved inside. Is my tan really that bad? Or you can't tell? Yeah, the fantasy world is a little bit more like, obviously not now, and I think I need to do some like history research, but I don't know when I'll be doing that yet. So yeah, I am really trying to make the beginning of this like stand out in its tone and voice. Oh yeah, I also lost my sense of smell. I cannot smell this at all. My prologue is in a different perspective. It's from a secondary character who is a thematic occurrence for my main character. I've never written a prologue before. It's like, wow, another fantasy with a prologue. So yeah, I get it. Prologues, I feel like, are not very looked up, revered these days, but I feel like it really sets the tone. I'm thinking that to get to know my main character more, I might try writing the prologue from his perspective, but I just want to get the prologue on the page right now. It has around 750 words, and my plan for today is just to finish the prologue, so I don't bore. Is that the plan for today? Yeah, let's finish the prologue. Oh yeah, this draft is also super fast. Some of my chapters are like 500 words. I was like, okay. So yeah, let's get started with writing. Again, we're gonna go back outside. I think I'm gonna change because it gets very windy, or I'll bring a sweater. For dinner, I don't know what we're doing yet. We went to the grocery store earlier and got some salmon. Oh, we got mochi, so maybe we can eat some. You know what? First of all, can I even eat anything cold or drink anything cold like this juice? I don't have a sore throat or anything. I just like, everything is just like stuffy here. And also I can't smell anything. So like, what's the point of eating anymore? I'll see you guys throughout the day, the night, and see where it goes. All right, see you guys throughout the video. Alright, we put on a sweater because it's getting windy. And look at those chunky insects at the back. Alright, so I feel like I rushed the ending of the prologue. I finished it. I say finished because it's getting late, I'm getting hungry, and I was close to the end, so I was just like, I feel like I always do that. I need to learn to slow down, not just for writing, but for life as well. I feel like I'm always rushing. You guys might notice that. Anyway, few prosy things I want to share. Oh, also, I did ask, okay, wait, one thing at a time. See, I'm rushing. So I am trying to get better at writing. With every draft, I get better at writing, but this time I'm trying to identify some things that I do a lot that I want to address in the first draft. And the first is to cut my filter words out. I use so many of he felt, he wondered, he realized. These are filter words that take away from the reader and the story, because obviously if you're reading from a main character that he's thinking something or he's realizing something, he's the one realizing it. But what does he realize mean? Like, what does that mean? So use, like, get rid of those filter words and use concrete language, not these like abstract language. So I'm trying to do that, and that's gonna be hard for Euphoria. I'm sure is full of she felt, she wondered. So I'm trying to address that like right now. And the second thing is to be more specific in my language, which again is kind of like the first one. So instead of like he felt pain, let's say he felt pain. What does it mean to feel pain? There's an ache in his chest, firework exploded in his chest. Like, there's so many ways to say like he felt pain, and he felt pain is not very good. There's a bit of a magic system thing that I'm trying to figure out. I think this book is very much soft sci-fi. My other one, like June, is more hard sci-fi. Yeah, well, I guess that's all I have to say. So I'm gonna cook. I'm hoping we can come out again and get like the fire started, and I want to fix up the ending. So this prologue is around 1,500 words right now, which I think is good for what it is. I want the prologue to be like really fast paced, not the usual 2,000 words. So man, I feel like if I beef up the ending, it might be close to 1,800, but yeah, we'll see. So I think we made pretty good progress for today. Actually, if I'm able to do that, we've made pretty good progress, because again, this is my first day like rewriting the book. I'm really hungry. I'll check up on you guys later. I climbed into this thing. We're just waiting for water to boil, oven to preheat. So I asked on Instagram to ask me some questions, because we did hit 2K, which I'm really thankful for. So thank you everyone who subscribed. I know my content hasn't been amazing recently, but I'm trying to get back into it. It's just been, yeah, I mean, just from this video. So I got 2 questions. The first one is my top 3 favorite books, and the second is how long it took for me to get to 2K subscribers. So these are both a little bit hard questions to answer. We'll start with my top 3 favorite reads of all time. This is really hard, because I love so many books, and books have influenced me since I was so young. So it's like, how can I rank, like, what is it? I overthink the question. Like, what does it mean for my favorite? I feel like sometimes you objectively like a book because it's literally amazing, and there are times where you just subjectively love it. But I will have to say my favorite book of all time, like all time, one that I will never forget is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. That one is so good. It's amazing. She's such an amazing writer. She writes so lyrical. It's so sad. It's her poems too are really great, especially Tulip. That one's amazing. So definitely The Bell Jar. I'll put that as number 1. That will always be number 1. I don't know. I feel like my next 2 should be different. I guess you guys are probably asking or thinking that the second or third is Braiding Sweetgrass. I do really like that book. Did change my life for sure, but now that I have read Michael Pollan's The Botany of Desire, I feel like those 2 are both really good, and I really enjoy both of them like equally in its own state. So maybe one of those. Top 3. This is hard. I don't know. I'll get back to you. And the second question is, how long did I take to get to 2K? It took me about a year and 4 months. So I started posting consistently February of last year, and I hit 2K beginning of June. So that's about a year and 4 months. But I would say, like, really don't compare this. Take that as face value. Some people take one video to get to 2K. Some people take half a year, some people take 1 year, other people take 3 years. Like, it really just depends on literally YouTube. Like, you cannot, that's the thing I hate about YouTube in a way, is that you can't control your views and your subscribers. You can control the quality of your videos and how often you post, and that's really the only thing you should be not worried, but focused on. Can you produce the best content you can, and then everything else will follow. I will get back to you on the books. I'm gonna think about it. I think the oven's done preheating. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon.